Upon identifying an intruder, the lunch supervisor first notifies the office and then carefully approaches the adult.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I see an adult on the property talking to a student. I'm just gonna go check it out, okay?
I'm on my way.
I don't want to go.
Oh, we're already late.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Melanie Smith, the lunch supervisor. Can I help you?
Sure. I'm Kelly's father, Mr. Green.
She identifies herself as a board employee and inquires why the adult is on the premises.
But next time you need to sign her out at the office.
In this incident, the trespasser is harmless.
Signing her out, and then she'll come to the office.
I understand.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
I'll let the office know you're on your way. Okay?
The administrator arrives and reinforces the board's safe school policy with the parent.
Yes, I am. We have a dentist appointment at 1:30 today, and she did bring a note.
Oh, that's great. As part of our Safe Schools plan, we always ask that visitors check in at the office. If you come this way, I'll help you sign her out.
Okay, I appreciate that.
No
Thank you.
problem. Going to the dentist, Kelly? That's great. Got any cavities? Nope. We'll just get her signed out. You can be on your way.
We will address what to do if the intruder had been a threat to the safety of the students or staff in the lockdown scenario.
And it's 1:30.
Danger can appear in many forms.
It's a dog. It's a dog. Come on. You want to see the dog?
No.
Come on.
No,
Let's go see the dog.
Children may react in different ways when an animal enters the schoolyard.
I need you all to go to the school, please. Please all head towards the door. Office? Go ahead. There's a loose dog on the yard. Can you please contact the principal? We're going to ring the bell to bring the kids in.
Staff, we're ringing the bell now just to let you know that the students are coming in, and if you could meet them at the rooms, thank you.
Quick but calm action by the lunchtime supervisor minimizes the potential danger in this situation.
Yes! Hey Chandler, you don't know who
I can go. Here, I'll go first. What?
A lockdown is called when there is an immediate threat of violence in or immediately around the school. The lockdown is a delay tactic to minimize potential victims and buy time for the police to arrive and defeat the problem.
Attention staff, students, and visitors. We are now in an internal lockdown. All staff, students, and visitors outside of the class should enter the nearest supervised and safe classroom area, away from sight lines. Lock classroom and office doors. Close windows. Draw the curtains and turn the lights off. Remain quiet and await further direction.
Once the door is locked and closed, the door should not be opened for any reason.
Attention staff, students, and visitors. We are now...
Your school should have a lockdown procedure as part of its Safe Schools policy. Please ask for a copy so that you can familiarize yourself with your school's plan. Plans can vary from school to school. You should know what your responsibilities are if a lockdown is called while you and students are outside.
Attention staff and students. All clear. That completes our lockdown. Please review with your students the procedure. We will meet to discuss what's happened today immediately following lunch. So that ends our lockdown drill.
After the all clear is signaled, there should be a scheduled debriefing for all staff to discuss what worked and what needs to be addressed in preparation for the next lockdown. The lunchtime supervisor must always be prepared for the unexpected
Clear the area.
and be ready to take immediate
Go
action.
to the gym and get some pylons. Office. Go ahead. There's some broken glass on the playground. I've sent a student in to get pylons from the gym. Can you please contact the caretaker? Okay, I'll let him know.
The lunchtime supervisor has clearly identified the problem and requested the appropriate people to be informed. Children are always on the move, and the lunchtime supervisor should also be moving to keep their eyes everywhere. Use of the playground equipment may be restricted for various safety reasons. Ground covering such as pea gravel or wood chips must be of adequate depth. The ground itself must be thawed enough to allow for adequate ground protection. Equipment must be in good repair before students are allowed on it. Report any problems or broken equipment to the principal. All students using the playground equipment must wear the proper footwear. Closed-toe shoes, preferably running shoes, are allowed. Sandals are not. This prevents the child from slipping on the surfaces and helps to prevent accidents.
Maybe tomorrow you can wear some running shoes.
It is recommended that similar-aged students play on the equipment at the same time so as to prevent injuries. For example, primary-age students at first break and junior-age students at second break. Safety on the playground is of primary importance. Running, games of tag, and inappropriate use of the equipment is dangerous. Climbers are for climbing. Children should not be climbing over the top.
Walking across, not hanging across the top.
General rules for the use of the slide are one person on the slide at a time. Students immediately move aside and allow the next person to slide down. Students slide down the slide. They don't walk up it.
And feet first down the slide. Thank you.
Playground equipment adds an enhanced and healthy play experience for students during fitness breaks. The lunchtime supervisor's vigilant monitoring and promotion of safe play practices will help keep our students safe and healthy. The vast majority of injuries on the playground are minor in nature. It is a good practice to carry a few bandages on duty.
Billy fell over there and hurt herself.
Oh, was he okay?
I'm not.
If a more serious injury occurs, do not move an injured child. You should call for the school's designated first aid provider.
What hurts? Office. It's okay, just lie still. Yeah, I have a student out here that hurt his shoulder. We're in the intermediate area. Can you send Mr. Jones out?
After calling for help, you should try to keep the injured child calm until help arrives.
Okay. Just lie still. Someone's coming. Mr. Jones is coming. Anyone see what happened?
Yeah, it was like he totally wiped out. He was like sliding.
What happened, George?
Playing soccer really hard, and he just like totally slipped and like landed hard on his shoulder.
There's Mr. Jones right now.
How
Mr.
we
Jones,
doing, Billy?
he fell and he hurt his. He landed on his elbow and he hurt his shoulder.
All right, tell me exactly what hurts, Billy. Is it your shoulder?
Each school will have an emergency action plan for students with special medical problems. If there are students who may require an EpiPen for anaphylactic reactions, familiarize yourself with their emergency action plan and speak to your principal about your responsibilities.
And landed on an awkward angle on his shoulder, and he just kind of started crying.
Is that what happened, George?
The effective lunchtime supervisor circulates room to room to ensure appropriate behavior is maintained. The lunchtime supervisor handles the disruptive behavior as the situation warrants.
Okay, it wasn't meant, right? He didn't do it on purpose. All right, now do you think you could apologize? With meaning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then, I'm sorry for spilling the water on you.
In this case, an apology is expected. Stress safe practice and respect for one another. Repeat warnings and possible loss of privileges. Notify the classroom teacher, either verbally for minor infractions or in writing for major incidents.
You're in big trouble, Sarah. I'll be meeting you after school today.
Take all threats seriously. Should a student report to you that she has been threatened, it is important that you take that student's name and report this to the principal or vice principal. Record details and the time that this has happened. Why? Verbal threats are a form of bullying, and you may not know any previous history, while the principal or vice principal may find this piece of information critical.
This happened during the first fitness break.
An effective lunchtime supervisor will keep moving, scan the yard, and be visible to all students. Students will be able to alert you to potential problems, and if danger arises, you will be able to act quickly.
Fighting. Office. Jill, tell the principal or a teacher inside there's a fight in the yard.
In the case of a fight between two students, move the rest of the students away from the threat.
Michael,
Approach the students who are fighting with caution.
Stop it!
Ensure your personal safety. If the situation appears to be too volatile, wait for assistance. Most fights will stop when an adult intervenes.
I was just getting the ball. Is there body contact allowed at school? Miss Green, is everything okay?
I'm bringing Michael and Todd inside. They were fighting in the yard, and I'm going into ready.
Once the lunchtime supervisor has the situation under control, it's important to document the details of the event and report to the office so that the principal can follow up with the students.
Let's go, Michael.
Once your report is done, you should return to the yard and relieve the teacher on duty. The lunchtime supervisor is always alert to potential problems, big or small. Readiness means you can act quickly and prevent small issues from escalating into larger ones.
Hey! Is that Jamie over there leaving? Office?
Go ahead.
She's heading towards Montrose Road.
Use your judgment and your knowledge of the student to decide if you should follow her.
Property!
Jamie's running again. Keep an eye on her. I'm on my way.
If the student moves towards oncoming traffic or other dangers, stop following, but try to keep her in sight. Stay in contact with the office. Provide a description of the child's appearance and what she is wearing. If the police are involved, they will ask for this information.
Where is she?
It's right up this way, heading towards Montrose.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm going to go try and coax her back. Good job keeping me informed.
Now that the principal has taken charge of the situation, the lunchtime supervisor can return to her regular yard duties. Take all threats seriously. Lunchtime supervisors should not second-guess or minimize the seriousness of any threat, whether it be verbal or physical. Physical threats are a form of bullying. Bullying, as described in the Ontario Government's Guide for Parents, can take many forms. It can be physical, such as hitting, shoving, stealing,
What are you doing?
or damaging property while on the playground. Verbal, such as name-calling,
You're a loser.
mocking, or making sexist, racist, or homophobic comments. Or social, such as excluding others from a group, or spreading gossip or rumors about them. So what can the lunchtime supervisor do? Listen to the student and assure him that he is not to blame. Remember that it takes courage to report. Be clear about the facts. Make notes about what happened and when it happened. Remain calm so that you can support the student by assuring that this will be brought to the principal's attention.
And I will be letting Mrs. Wordenberg know about this.
Reporting is not done to cause trouble for another student, but to protect all students.
Okay, the first fitness break? Yes, it did. Okay, thank you. I appreciate this, and I will follow up with it, and I'll let you know.
No matter what the age of the student, you can help by giving him or her the following advice. Walk away from the situation. Don't hit back, and don't talk back. Having a toolbox of strategies that you can draw upon is probably your best choice. When all else fails, try some more creative approaches. 9 times out of 10, playground conflicts are inconsequential. Using rock, paper, scissors as an agreed-upon tool for problem solving, you will be amazed at how much more smoothly things can go. When you tell a child what she should not be doing, you fail to give that student direction in what she ought to be doing.
Hey girl, how about if we move to a better location? Safer location maybe in the field?
Provide positive reinforcement for good behavior, using the school's established reward system.
Good job.
See an adult on the property talking to a student.
I need you all to go to the school, please!
Down on the ground.
The lunchtime supervisor plays a vital role in the everyday school routine. Your positive attitude and respect towards students and other adults will create a pleasant and safe environment for everyone. Before heading out on duty, consider the weather and your own safety when choosing what to wear. Proper footwear is important. You need to be able to reach students wherever they are in the yard, even in the mud or snow. Carry a whistle so that you can signal students and staff from far away. Students will quickly get used to this sound and often stop in their tracks when they hear it. Your fluorescent safety vest may not be fashionable, but it makes you visible to everyone at all times. Students will also feel more secure knowing that you are nearby. A notebook and pen or pencil comes in handy to record information if you need to report any problems to the office. A radio keeps you in contact with school staff, whether you are out on the yard or inside the school. Be sure to check that the batteries are fully charged before you begin your shift, and return the unit to its docking station for recharging afterward. Remember to use these tools sparingly, or they will lose their effectiveness with overuse. Contact the office if at any time you feel more adults are needed on the yard for supervision.
You screwed Michael and Todd are fighting.
If necessary, send a pair of students to deliver messages if your radio is not working or your messages go unanswered. Your goal should always be to make the students feel safe. Anticipate problems and be visible in those hot spots on the playground where trouble is most likely to occur. Your presence, especially in the far corners of the schoolyard, can prevent trouble before it begins. By being friendly, approachable, and fair, the students will trust you and your decisions. You can create a peaceful playground.
Good job.
During outdoor supervision, keep moving so that you cover the entire area you are assigned. Be observant and aware of any activity that could lead to injuries or trouble. While supervising indoors, you also need to be visible in your assigned area. Move at a steady pace and connect with students as you proceed. Whether indoors or out, you need to be consistent and keep your eyes open for anything that may pose a risk to the safety of students. While it is best practice for school staff to make a daily inspection of the yard before sending students out to play, sometimes hazards are not seen until a student has made the discovery. If you cannot remove the item yourself, keep students away from the area and report the problem to the office.
Go ahead.
Placing pylons around the hazard is a visual signal to stay clear. Be proactive. Step in before things get out of hand. This will help to calm everyone and resolve the problem sooner. Your tone of voice can help in tense situations. Be aware of how you sound. Speak calmly and clearly. Body language is also an important tool. Your facial expression, hand and arm movements, even the way you stand, can help cool tempers or calm an upset student.
Off the top bars.
Using appropriate tone of voice and non-threatening body language will foster trust and respect between you and the students. Even the most difficult person can be won over with a positive approach.
First down the slide. Thank you.
When faced with a disagreement, it is your duty to be fair to both sides. Remain calm, listen, and gather the facts. Your level-headed approach will help to calm them. Separating the two students to hear their sides of the story also gives them and others the chance to cool down away from the situation. Each situation will be different. You may be able to solve the problem during the break, or it may need more time and is best done afterward at the office. When making notes about an incident, you need to stick to the facts, not report opinions. Did you witness the event? Or did someone else tell you about it? Who saw it happen? Check with your own school to see if they have a preferred method to report problems. Putting these practices into use will create a safer, more enjoyable playground for all students and make your supervision duties easier.
And again.
You're in big trouble, Sarah. I'll be meeting you after school today. Hey, Sarah. Wait, what am I supposed to say?
Okay.
You're in big trouble, Sarah. I'll be waiting for you after school. For you after school.
Okay. We're gonna have to do that again.
Make me smile. Shoot, I forgot my line.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.